Tanjiro versus Yuji, the battle of the new gen MCs. Who are you taking in the 1v1? And shout out to Ryan who asked me about this and specifically said that we're going to give Tanjiro cursed energy for this matchup and we're going to go arc by arc. So let's talk about it, but spoilers beware. All right, so as always, the biggest thing for me in these JJK versus Demon Slayer matchups is the speed. I think Demon Slayer has way better speed than JJK. JJK has better everything else for the most part, but when it comes to speed, they're just of a different class, and that is a huge factor in a fight, right? Because if you're just too fast for somebody, you're going to be able to take them out regardless if they can hit you harder than you can hit them. So especially if we're giving Tanjiro cursed energy, which means, you know, his AP is going to be boosted in that way, I think that he wins the majority of the fights against Yuji almost in every arc, especially if we're going to give Tanjiro, you know, like the growth that he gets eventually with the Demon Slayer mark and the, you know, the different breathing forms, etc., etc. I think his speed is going to let him beat Yuji all the way up until like Shinjuku. So right about when we get to this Yuji, I think things get interesting because I think the difference in speed kind of gets made up for by everything Yuji is capable of here. First and foremost, he can heal, which means, you know, even if Tanjiro gets a few licks in early because of his speed, he's going to be able to heal from it. But more importantly, he's also got blood manipulation, shrine, and a domain expansion, right? And basically, if Tanjiro gets tagged by any of those things, he's going to be done for. So I would go with end of series Yuji over end of series Tanjiro, even if we want to consider Demon Tanjiro, because I just think, again, the domain expansion, he's just going to get cooked. But, you know, I think Tanjiro could still win, but I'd favor Yuji. But prior to Shinjuku Yuji, I'm going Tanjiro, unless we're going to say that at some point, like, Sukuna steps in, at which point Sukuna beats every version of Tanjiro.